Hey everyone, welcome back, and I have a little announcement to make for my channel. I wanted to let everyone know just before we get started with this video that first, I'm sick, so I have my voice is going in and out, so I am talking a little bit lower in this voiceover. Now, second, I wanted to let you know that I'm going to change a couple of things on my channel. First is I'm not going to do a voiceover anymore. I'm going to start recording, doing everything as I go, so you guys can see what actually happens in real life and how it works, you know, with clients and friends and practicing and all different things. I decided this when I was doing the dip system. It was my first time trying it, and it was hell. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't get this straight. So I kept practicing. I was practicing on my daughter and her friend, and it was so funny. It was like, I wish my viewers can hear this. It's like, okay, let's take a break, we're done, and we're getting up. And then I had to file it off, and then it was, because we tried to soak it off, and it was gummy, you know, because of the glue. It's a glue system, not a gel system, when I thought it was a gel system at first, but it's really like a resin. So it's like, my daughter's like, Mom, I really don't like this system. And I'm like, you know what, there's something I'm doing wrong. I got to figure it out. So I went to their videos to try to figure out what I was doing wrong. And it was so funny that I thought, I got to put this in. I want them to see what happens and hear what happens in real life. So the voiceovers just go back and tell you, you know, I don't get to really put everything in there. You got to hurry and say what you got to say. So that's one thing I know I'm changing. I'm not sure. I know there was something else. I'm not sure of what that was. I don't remember right off the bat. But that for sure we're changing, as I will not be doing a voiceover anymore. And that will be in the probably next month. And now I'm actually doing a review for the dip system, the Kiara Sky dip system. And honestly, after I got it right, I really do like it. I like the system. It's not something I choose to do all the time right yet. It's not something I fell in love with. The dip system to me is more of like, I don't know how to explain it. To me, it's more like you're not really putting any effort into it. You're just doing it really easy and you're just dipping it. I don't know, guys. It's just something that I haven't fell in love with yet. But it was really cool, and I did like it. But you do have to get used to a few things, so hopefully that happens soon. Alright guys, so as always, we want to start by pushing back our client's cuticles or our cuticles on all 10 fingers. Just like I'm doing here, you use your cuticle pusher or an orange wood stick, and you just push back all the cuticle area just like I'm doing here. And I'm doing it really fast because it's sped up. I'm actually doing it really slow. So after we push back all the cuticles with the pusher, we can turn our pusher around and use the scraper side and just scrape away all that white dead cuticle that we had removed right here. When you see that on the nail plate, we just use our scraper, the other side, to scrape that all away. And she cut her cuticles before she came in. This is my daughter's friend, so she cut and made the cuts herself. So now we're using the magic bits. I actually got this from biotech school. Her name, I think, is Victoria. We're going to use this one first. It's like a puma stone. Very, very, very easy on the natural nails. It's very, very gentle on the natural nail. It's not going to hurt the nail at all. I actually use this to remove all the shine too. And I'm going to leave the links below of where I purchased all this. She is from Russia, and you can get her bits on eBay. And I actually love this. The magic bit kits, these little boxes that I showed you, I purchased them all that she has, and I just use this for my prepping system now. So after I pushed back all cuticles and removed the dead skin on the nail plate, I just go into this bit, and it's like a stone, like those pink stones you can use to get rid of the white stuff on the nail plate, the cuticle. It's very, very easy on the natural nail. I'm going to go in with this needle bit. Now you want to be very careful with this one because you can dig it if you can actually dig it back in the eponychium area and hurt the client or yourself. It's very skinny and easy to do that with. So you want to make sure it's flat to the nail plate, and when you do the sides, you just want to lay it flat and go up and down on the sides like you watch how I do. And you want to make sure you do it really slow. Take it slow. It seems like I'm going fast, but I'm not. You want to do a little area at a time. You don't want to just go through it really quick. And she actually shows, I know she has on her YouTube channel, she speaks Russian, but she explains one of them in English. So you see how I'm just doing little areas at a time. And on the sides, I'm going up and down. So now I'm using the ball bit. And this ball bit is going to remove, this is the most harshest one, as she explains, which is true. I've noticed that. If you don't know what you're doing, this bit can actually cut the skin up. It's happened, and that's how you do. You learn from, your mistakes. So make sure you don't learn it from the client, though. She actually explains you could put powder on top, and that's how you want to do that. You use powder. She has that at her desk and uses powder. I think it's on a real shiny nail, or she will use the powder on the skin so it doesn't cut the skin. But you got to be very gentle and do it in small sections like you see I'm doing here. And it's going to remove all the skin, the dead skin, away, so you don't have to cut it on, by this, where it's by the cuticle area, all that. See, she cut, my daughter's friend here, she already had cut her cuticles on her own, so we don't really have any of that to work with. But I would show you, you're supposed to actually roll up the cuticle. It's the white. So by the eponychium right there, you have a white strip, and it's, that's like you have some dead part and live part. Sometimes they'll go to and cut that out. This bit is supposed to remove that, except she doesn't really have any. So I can't really show you. You're supposed to roll the cuticles up. So now we're in with this one, and this is the pink Puma Stone like. And this is going to be used for just buffing the skin, to shine up the skin. So we're just buffing around all the nail. It's just a buffer. It's not used for the natural nail. It's used for the skin around the nail. And I actually love this system. All these bits are gentle. They're so gentle, guys. Except the ball bit. I haven't really used that much until I feel confident. I have used that on myself, my daughter. I haven't, gotten too many cuts. In the beginning, I got a lot. I'm going to say about 10 of them from the skin. So I felt uncomfortable using it until I got, more comfortable using that. The ball, not this pink one, but the diamond ball, the diamond bit. And here I am just shaping up the free edge, and I did clean under the nails, but I guess I didn't show that. So I'm just shaping up the free edge, and we're going to use tips on her. And usually I like to form nails with forms, but because we're doing the dipping system, I don't know how else to do that. I think you could only do it on natural nails, and if they're long, then you'll have long nails, or short, you can do it on short nails, or you have to use tips. So, and I'm buffing her natural nail right now after I did the free edge, and I'm just doing that to get rid of any excess skin. You see I'm doing that right under her nail right here, her thumb. I'm trying to get rid of that excess skin. And plus, when I filed the free edge, some nail pieces would come up, so I wanted to get that free of that. And then I clean with alcohol all the nails, and we will start with putting on our tips and then doing our application. So she wants a coffin shape, so I shaped them like a coffin shape. And I went in with the bond first. It's like a pH bond on the natural nail, and I used that That's the first one I use. Then I go in with base right on top of the nail and the tip where they meet. And then I use natural, and I just put a strip right there just like I'm doing here. I put one little strip there, and then I just put the natural on and tap off the excess. Then I go in on the nails, and then I do where I'm putting the base on from where I started with the half of the base all the way to the bottom. So now I'm just doing, this is my second coat. I put the base on and then dip again into natural. I did learn a few things doing this system. You want the bulk of the product in the middle. So I did learn not to mess with the sides of the nail until maybe 3-4 dips away. So I will do that in another video, and I'll show that. One thing I learned by this system is it will be bulky all around, and you really don't need that. So I dip, I think I did 2 dips of the natural. So I do one with the strip, and then you see me go on top of the strip and then go from the strip all the way down another time, then dip into the natural. And then I think I do it one more time, and now we're going to do an ombre. I learned with the ombre, my ombre is horrible with the dipping system, and I think it's because I'm putting too much on at a time. So I'm just using a brush to tap. I go into this pretty minty green and tap after I put my base on again. Then I go into the minty green and then white. So here I am now, I'm putting the base on all the nail. We've already done the clear or the natural. So now I'm putting base on and we're doing color. So I'm gonna go and put my brush into the mint green and then dab it onto the nail, but by the natural nail, and to the middle of the tip. Then I will dust my brush off and go into the white and then dab that on at the bottom like I'm doing here. Afterwards, I dust it off with the dust brush. I dust them all. And then I do the same process again. So I'm going to put base on all over again, so the color will intensify. So here's our base, and then I go in with the mint green again, and then I'll dab my brush on the paper towel and wipe it to get off the mint green. Then I'll go into the white and do the white for the bottom. And just tapping the brush a little bit on the nail so it falls off and goes onto the nail. You can see my ombre is so messed up. But this is the first time that I actually did it on someone. I was practicing with tips and stuff. So now I put base on, like you see I'm doing right here. Color's all done. I did 2 coats. Then I'm going to dip into the clear now. 1, and then I will dip again without putting base on. And I did that because I felt it was too thin for these long nails. So base again on top of the color. So after the 2 coats of clear, I put the base on all the nails, let it air dry. Then I put seal and protect on like I'm doing right here. Then I will file all the nails into shape and then put the top on. 2 coats of the top, and we were finished. So I'm applying the top right here, and I do 2 coats of each, 1 nail at a time. and we were all done. And here's some final results for you guys. Not my best, but it was my first time, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks guys, and I love you.